गपशप के साथ तो एक कप चाय बनती है, मसाला चाय। इलायची, लौंग और दालचीनी, इसको कूट लें। उबलते पानी में डालें, इसके अंदर चाय की पत्ती और चीनी डालिए। बढ़िया मसाला चाय बनाने का मेरा एक छोटा सा राज है। ताजे दूध से बना रेनबो इवेपोरेटेड मिल्क। इसका रिच और क्रीमी टेस्ट चाय में जान डाल दे। ये हुई ना मसालेदार बात। रेनबो इवेपोरेटेड मिल्क, चाय का परफेक्ट मैच।
Rainbow Top Gun Season 3.
Hello and welcome to Rainbow Top Guns Season 3. I'm your host, Shane Phillips. Dubai is all about retail. In fact, the #1 most visited shopping destination in the world is Dubai Mall. And no group has made a bigger contribution to the Dubai retail scene than the Landmark Group. And today we'll be meeting one of the confidants of legendary founder Mickey Jagtiani. We'll be meeting Manu Jeswani, the Chief Executive Officer of Shoemart, the brand everyone is walking about.
Presented by Nokia, inspired by Cadillac.
It will be safe to assume that everyone residing in the Middle East has been to his store at least once and probably even made a purchase there. He is synonymous with the shoe business in the region. Most people know Manu Jeswani, and yes, everyone knows Shoemart. Manu Bhai, welcome to Top Guns.
Thank you very much for having me here.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. I think this really has to be one of our landmark episodes and one of our favorite rags to riches stories that we've featured. Tell us how it all started. It wasn't all rainbows and flowers from the beginning. I mean, you were a victim of child labor.
I wouldn't say I was a victim of the child labor, though I started working when I was 11 years old. Being a large family and being eldest in my family, I had no other choice to support my family. I used to study in the morning between 8 to 1, and I started working at between 4 to 8 to support my family. Immediately after my secondary school exam, I started working. And I couldn't go to high school because, as I say, my father was earning had a limited income. I was always ambitious. I wanted to grow, wanted to achieve something in my life, seeing the poverty at home. But I never knew I'm going to achieve that level in my life.
And you end up in Spain.
Because since India was going through a tough time in early 70s, there was not much scope for me. I got an opportunity to go to Spain, to work in Spain, which was in Las Palmas. I worked for 18 months in an electronics store. I couldn't obtain a work permit, so I had to come back to India. After that, a friend of mine called me and said, why don't you try your luck in Bahrain? So I landed in Bahrain on a visit visa, worked for 45 days for an electronics store, since I was working in Spain in an electronics store. Then somebody asked me, why don't you go and see Mickey Jagtiani, who's looking for people? I went to see him on the store. He was at the cash that time. And I said, I'm looking for an opportunity. I'm looking for a job in his company. He took me on the road, interviewed me, straight away offered me a job. And he said, one day you will become a store manager. I'm opening a second store. And I didn't really believe him at that time. Somehow I started working on the shop floor level. We opened a second store. It was after 2 years. I became a shop manager.
Which shop was this?
It's Mother Care. It's basically
that was the beginning of the Landmark
because
dynasty.
Landmark had only one store that time. It was in 1978, Mother Care. Though Landmark started in 1973, but I joined Landmark in 78 and became a store manager after 2 years. Then in 84, I became a store manager for the biggest store. In 1989, we had almost 5 stores in Bahrain.
And so Mickey Jagtiani then was becoming a big personality.
Mickey Jagtiani is visionary, always wanted to expand, always wanted to grow in the business.
So you had an immediate bond with this tycoon of retail, Mickey Jagtiani.
Because I think we had a similar thinking. I always wanted to achieve something in the life. I was very much interested in the retail. It's in the blood like this. So, and he also wanted to expand the business, worked for him, understood the business, worked in a different field. I was a store manager, then I became a buyer. I used to travel with him on the buying trip. And that's how he said, let's look for some other opportunity outside the Bahrain, because Bahrain is since very limited growth opportunity, small place. There was not much, we couldn't grow furthermore, and that's, we have to come out of the Bahrain. So we started looking around the neighboring countries. We went to Kuwait to look for opportunity. We came to UAE, we looked for opportunity. Then we decided, let's look at opportunity in UAE, and that's how we studied the market. We came here and we opened the business in UAE.
Why did you choose United Arab Emirates? You could have gone anywhere.
Yes, one thing, when we came to UAE, we looked at the market here. We felt there is very high end of the market or at the low end of the market. There was a vacuum in the mid-market. And we also felt there is opportunity for us to open a large format store, which is more mid-market, a large variety, affordable for people, yet fashionable. And that's how we felt UAE is the market for us here.
At what point did you open Shoe Mart or branch out from the Mother Care brand?
Yeah, when we came to UAE, we felt there is a vacuum in the footwear industry. So we said, why don't we open a self-service footwear store, which is a large format, ladies, kids, men's, and accessory, which doesn't exist in any part of the region like that. And that's how the thought came to for us, the footwear. I came as a managing director. Mickey gave me an opportunity to run the business. And that was the first venture for me as an owner, as a partner like that.
And you invested your own money?
I did invest. And of course, he supported me when we had some shortfall of money. He supported me always. And that's how I became a partner with him.
So you opened your first store in UAE. What were the factors that really drove your success?
I think we were successful we had an overwhelming response. There was missing in the more mid-market retailing. We opened a large format store. We offered wide variety to the customers, fashionable, affordable. There's nothing, people have seen something like this in UAE. That's why we felt it was very successful right from the beginning, right from the first day. Initially, people laughed at us that two people have come crazy from Bahrain, opened such a large store, a footwear store, which was 10,000 square feet.
It was the biggest store in the region.
Yeah, it was the biggest store in the whole region. People of UAE have not seen something like this before, and we still have that store in Dubai.
It's still active today.
Still very active, it's still doing very well. That is a landmark store today for us. Success not only achieving, but also involve of giving. I think success is ability to utilize how to make money, how to help people surrounded by you, spend time with the family, spend time with the loved one. That's what I call success.
Presented by Nokia, inspired by Cadillac.
पुराने गाने, पुराने दोस्त, घर की यादें और इलायची चाय। उबलते पानी में इलायची, चाय की पत्ती और चीनी डालें। कुछ देर गैस पे उबलने दें। इलायची चाय तभी अच्छी बनेगी जब आप यूज करेंगे रेनबो इवेपोरेटेड मिल्क, जो बना है ताजे दूध से। इसका रिच और क्रीमी टेस्ट चाय में जान डाल दे। इतना सिंपल, घर की याद दिला दी। रेनबो इवेपोरेटेड मिल्क, चाय का परफेक्ट मैच।
Rainbow Top Gun Season 3.
Before I even came to Dubai, I knew of Manu. I was very eager to meet him. When I met him, his operational style, the way he works, his leadership style, really was very admirable. And I decided, when I joined the company, that if ever I become a director in Landmark Group, I would like to be like Manu Jeswani.
He's a team person all in all. You know, I've never seen anybody working for Manu ever leave him. a very, very people's person, believes in developing a very strong team. Apart from being a very shrewd businessman, one of the best retailers that we have in the Landmark Group. In the last 26 years, I've learned a lot from him.
Hello and welcome back to Rainbow Top Guns Season 3. We're having a little tete-a-tete with Mr. Manu Jeswani, Chief Executive Officer and Managing Director for Shoe Mart, a subsidiary of Landmark Group. Manu Bhai, you took a gamble on starting a Shoe Mart in the UAE when most people weren't even thinking about that at all, and it paid off big time. But when did you really start to roll in the cash?
Since I told you that we got an overwhelming response when we opened the first store, we started expanding into other Emirates. We opened a second store in Sharjah, and we opened a third store in Abu Dhabi, in Al Ain, and then we opened a fourth store in Deira. The real growth came when Dubai started opening up for the retail. Dubai became a destination of retail, a retail hub when the international brands started coming to Dubai.
What year was this?
It was in 94, 95.
1994.
When Deira City Center opened, we saw a lot of international brands started coming to this region. It was more organized retail, and we said now we have to change ourselves. We got to compete with international brands. So we started working on upgrading our stores, store ambience, product, marketing, and that's one of the reasons we could compete with international brands. And when the real success came when we opened our first Oasis Center in 1999, where we had one of the largest shoe mart, which was about 22,000 square feet of store.
Are you still hands-on in the store?
It's not like before, because I have so many stores now to visit, but I'm hands-on in the business. I understand the product. I do travel a lot. I visit the factories, but I'm not able to spend more time on the store level because I have more than 330 stores in the region. My job is now more on strategies, more on growth, how to compete. It's the most important for me.
What are the key things you need to do to be successful in the retail game?
As you say, retail is detail. You got to spend time, understand the business. It's not a rocket science. It's just a common sense and logic. You have to like what you're doing. You have to have a passion. If you don't have a passion, what you do, if you don't like, I don't think you're going to be successful. It's very important. Whatever you're doing it, you must enjoy what you're doing it.
So what's the expansion plan now?
In the business, they say you grow or go. So we got to expand the business like that. We are still expanding in some of the region, existing market like Saudi. We're planning to expand in tier 2 and tier 3 cities. We're expanding in Iraq. Obviously, Egypt is one of the biggest market for us. So definitely we are expanding the business. Apart from Shoe Mart, we have also come up with a new concept called Shoe Express, which is a value business. That is one of the fastest growing brand for us because, as you know, value is very important today. Everybody's looking for value for money. After Shoe Express, also we have so many other brands which are international brands such as Echo, Kurt Geiger, Steve Madden, and some of the luxury brands which we have is like Giuseppe Zanotti, Fabi, Lori Blue, and Casade, and Lesilla. So we are catering to all segments of the market, which is luxury to high street to value, and also even the low middle market also. So definitely is a plan for expansion, and there's still room for us to expand the businesses.
To what degree do you need luck in a success story?
Luck is very important. Obviously, you cannot say it has to be right time at the right place. Business is also common sense. One has to have a passion for it. One has to have a liking for it. And honesty, I think, is pays a long-term like that. We are a very straightforward business, which is helping us in the long term. For our reputation is extremely good. People trust us, and that's why they come and shop in our stores.
What is your definition of success now?
See, success is everyone wants to accomplish it, but very few people how to go about it like that. Success not only achieving, but also involve of giving. I think success is ability to utilize how to make money, how to help people surrounded by you, spend time with the family, spend time with the loved one. That's what I call success.
A lot of people don't find success because they're just lazy. Do you agree with that?
Oh, Lazy, of course, you got to be very active in the business. You got to be optimistic. It's very important to be optimistic in the business. You believe in it. You believe in the country. You believe in your business. You believe in yourself. There's a very old story saying that somebody went to Africa and he said, there's nobody's wearing shoes, so there's no market. And somebody else went after some time and he got so excited. He said, there's a huge market because nobody's wearing shoes. So this is how you think about it. Positive thinking is very important in the business. If you're negative and if you say, I'm not going to be successful, you never will be. So very important to be positive, believe in yourself, definitely you will be successful.
I was talking to one CEO, he said, you know, the old glass thing where the glass is half full and to the pessimist it's half empty. And then he said while they were arguing, he just drank the had the drink. So he said, and a part of it, I guess the more the story is, it's speed, it's initiative, it's taking
you know, there are 2 or 3 things in the life is decision-taking ability. The speed you take a decision, whether right or wrong, the time will tell you. Accuracy is very important, like that. Nobody is genius to say, okay, this is going to be successful. But obviously, whatever you take, you have to take a decision. You can't sit and lay back and say, I'm not going to take it. You don't sit on the fence. You take a decision. Whether right or wrong, the time will tell.
Was there ever a time you just was so bad, it was so dark, you just wanted to die, you just wanted to kill yourself?
I don't want to kill myself, definitely. I'm a positive thinker. But in 1986, when the oil price went down, business was very tough, difficult to survive. I almost lost my job. But of course, we managed, we come out of the bad times. I think it's the people who are serious in the business, who understand the business well, they will face a difficult time and come out as a winner. We have seen ups and downs, not only one, many times. Early 90s when we opened our first store in Dubai, 1991, the Kuwait was invaded by Iraq. And there was a war for some time and people said, oh, now it's too late, you know, the business won't be good enough. But what we did, we believed in it, we doubled our orders, because we felt there could be a shortage of the product goods. And then when the war was over in 1991 in February, our business went double to triple because there was shortage of products. People wanted to buy the goods. There were so many Kuwaitis coming to UAE to buy the goods. And that's time we didn't cancel our order. We doubled our orders. And that's how positive thinking is there.
How many shoes have you sold, or how many shoes do you sell, say, in a year?
I sell more than 15 million pairs of shoes in a year in this region.
15 million?
Yes, 15 million pairs. It's only footwear. Then we have accessories. We sell close to 1 million handbags in every year.
1 million handbags? Wow, that's a lot.
Generally, normal person consume 3 pairs yearly. So it's the world population is 6 to 7 billion. So there were 21 billion pairs are produced annually. And so Middle East, we sell 15 million pairs. Population in Middle East close to 40 million. But we sell about 15 million pairs.
15 million pairs and growing. This is truly a man with the world at his feet. After the short break, we'll be hearing from Manu Bhai's family, so stay with us.
To achieve the dream, you got to work very hard for sure, and do what you like. Whatever you do, you must enjoy what you are doing it. Have passion, have loyalty, and that's how the key of success. Like that.
Presented by Nokia, inspired by Cadillac.
This is not a phone to just capture beautiful things. This phone captures feelings. It memorizes dream machines and the goosebumps you got when they screamed. To record a jump into the unknown and relive the madness, the dry mouths, the exploding chests. Introducing the large-screen new Nokia Lumia 1520 with a full HD display, full HD video recording and distortion-free sound capture. Don't just record, relive.
When you shoot for the moon, you build your courage, test your passion, and persevere.
Still looking very good.
The all-new 2014 Cadillac CTS, a bold journey.
थकान का एक ही उपाय है, एक कप कड़क चाय, उबलते पानी में थोड़ा सा जिंजर चाय की पत्ती, चीनी। कड़क चाय के लिए मैं रिकमेंड करता हूँ ताजे दूध से बना रेनबो इवेपोरेटेड मिल्क। इसका रिच और क्रीमी टेस्ट चाय में जान डाल दे। जैसे ही बढ़िया रंग आए, गैस बंद कर दीजिए। रेनबो इवेपोरेटेड मिल्क, चाय का परफेक्ट मैच।
Rainbow Top Gun Season 3.
He started from Bahrain. He used to talk too much about this business and all, and I used to laugh at him. And I used to think that he can do business because he was working for the company. And when we came to Dubai, and when he grew like this, I felt, you know, maybe I laughed at it, he made it. So that's it. And I supported him all the way.
Manu Bhai, tell us, how did you meet your wife?
I met her in Bombay. I knew the family well. I proposed her to get married, and she said immediately yes. It was 1981, and we got married in 1982.
So you'd known her from before?
I knew her before from a couple of years ago when as I said, I knew the family very well.
You had a crush on her earlier. And it's been true love.
Yes, we've been together for almost 32 years. We're celebrating 32nd anniversary this year.
Wow. Cupid really threw an arrow there for 32 years. How many kids do you have?
I have 2 kids. The elder one is my daughter, Anjali, she's 29. I have a son, which is Manish, who's 27.
Are either of them in the shoe business?
No, they're not in the shoe business. My daughter is a fusion designer. She has her own boutique. She designs Indian ethnic fusion clothing. And my son is into the Landmark Group. He handles the candy business, which is called Candlelight. He's the head of business of Candlelight.
Coming from such humble beginnings as you never had the chance to go to university. And so what was your approach when you were letting your own kids find their way in life?
Education is very important. Of course, it's the extra advantage. It's add value. So my kids have studied. Of course, they've gone for higher study in USA, where they have done their graduation. My son has done into business management, and so my daughter has also done from the same college.
He is open-minded. He believes in making the right decision, and he's fair and honest. So he doesn't beat around the bush. For him, it's about making that decision and going forward. And I think that's one thing that I learned from him that I'll definitely continue on, and that's probably going to be, if any success, going to be part of my success.
I'm so proud. I mean, he's really worked his way up, and I think people look up to him. I look up to him. I'm trying my level best. I don't know how many years he's taken to reach that level. I don't know how we're going to get there, and it makes me proud because people want to look up to him and be like him, and I'm his daughter, so it's amazing.
So did you bring the kids into the, did they come with you to the office, or they must have gotten a little bit through osmosis?
I think my son got it from me because he is quite into the business, and whenever we discuss in the night when we have family, we talk about the business. He's very much interested in the business. But my daughter is more like a art collector, designer, so she loves designing things. So she's gone into that business, which is more of art and design, which she got from mother. I'm more towards to the business where my son is interested in business and making money.
And what has your wife's contribution been?
I think she has contributed a lot to the business because I think there's one who had patience when I would travel for a number of weeks outside to procure the products. And she never asked me why I'm coming so late, where have you gone, what you have done. She believed in me, she always supported me. So I give her a full credit to her to be my side, important for me to be successful in the business.
When he celebrated my 50th birthday, the tears came in my eyes because he said, this is a big thing, I should do it for you, which I have never done. Like, we have come from, that low thing to this much. And this is my dream. And in my birthday, he gave me a 10 carat of a diamond ring, and it was really, touched me.
There must have been so many colleagues and friends who've either inspired you or contributed to your success?
I think obviously when you work with professional people, you learn a lot from them. There are so many chartered accountants, there are so many MBAs in the business. You learn from them. Because inspiration I got from Mickey Jaktanu, who's my guru, I would call him a retail guru. You have learned so much from him. So there has been a contribution from everybody, a lot of friends, well-wishers who have always wished me best.
So do you have any interest besides shoes?
Of course I do. I don't only sell shoes. I spend time, I like to listen to music, spend time with friends, spend time with family, go on holidays.
Spend all that hard-earned money you're making?
I don't spend that money, my wife does it.
So what would your advice be to those guys out there today who may be sleeping on the floor, who maybe have nothing except a dream in their mind and a fire in their belly?
I think you have to have a dream. To achieve the dream, you got to work very hard for sure and do what you like. Whatever you do, you must enjoy what you're doing it. Have passion, have loyalty, and that's how the key of success.
Manu Bhai, thank you so much for coming on Top Guns and sharing your story with us.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So there you have another episode of Rainbow Top Guns where we showed you a real rags to riches story. A man who really started sleeping on the floor, and now he's one of the biggest retail CEOs in the entire Middle East North African region. I'm your host, Shane Phillips, saying Ma salama, Habibi.
When I went to Bahrain, I used to live in a staff quarter. First few months, we did not have air conditioning like that. We used to pour water on the floor, put bedsheet and slept for a few months. Of course, when we got our first air condition, we had to share a room with 3 people. When things started moving, I became a shop manager. I had my own room, I had my own apartment. But that's how the life starts, and that's how you become tough and confident like that.